And welcome to my
Hello,
presentation.
welcome.
Today, I will be telling you about AI and working with AI, a psychological perspective. I'm Begum Bulgurluoglu. I live in Turkey and I'm in a high school, Hisar. Artificial intelligence, AI, often known as the Fourth Industrial Revolution 4.0, will alter not only the way we do things and interact with people, but also our understanding of ourselves. Without directly affecting human connections, AI sparked a massive social shift. Modern AI has a huge impact on how we do things and how we interact with one another. The future of humans and artificial intelligence and how they affect each other is a growing concern and a source of fear. While experts predict that artificial intelligence will improve the lives of most people over the next decade, many people are concerned about how AI will impact what it means to be human, productive, and free. This also raises the question: what happens to our free will? The main thing about being human is having a free will, but does AI limit our free will? Today, in the new 2022, we have artificial intelligence that has now replaced many types of workers and laborers with its increasing automation levels in diverse sectors, ranging from the automotive industry to the agriculture. Moreover, during and post-COVID-19 pandemic, artificial intelligence has shaped the ways we shop online and helped us make decisions. These developments make us question why we really need AI. Do we really need artificial intelligence for everything? First of all, I want to start by defining what AI is. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of AI, but to give a simple definition, AI is the science and engineering of making intelligent machines, especially intelligent computer programs, and it is related to the similar task of using computers to understand human intelligence. Now, again, to highlight my questions. Like I stated in my abstract, my main question is, what do we need AI for? Do we really need it for everything? Is artificial intelligence really required in human society? It's kind of a debatable question. Yes, if a human chooses a more efficient and productive manner to complete their work and works continuously without taking a break. It is not, however, if people is content with the natural way of life without excessive ambitions to subvert nature's order. Humans, according to history, are always striving for a faster, easier, more effective, and a convenient way to do the task at hand. As a result, the Earth for Future Progress encourages humanity to seek out new and better way of doing things, and this calls for the help of artificial intelligence. Now I want to highlight 3 more questions. First of all, how does AI advice impact human decision, accuracy, and unique human knowledge? How can the negative effect of AI advice on unique human knowledge be mitigated? What are the consequences of a loss of unique human knowledge on the wisdom of crowds? Now I want to talk a little bit about the concerns that people have on artificial intelligence on 5 titles. Human agency. Individuals are experiencing a loss of control over their lives. Job loss. This is a very widespread problem. The AI takeover of jobs will widen economic divides, leading to social upheaval. Data abuse. Data use and surveillance in complex systems is designed for profit or for exercising power. Dependence lock-in. Reduction of individuals' cognitive, social, and survival skills. Mayhem. Autonomous weapons, cybercrime, and weaponized information. Now I want to talk a little bit about one of my main topics, which is AI in shopping. The retail industry is being transformed by artificial intelligence. Retailers can use AI to interact with their consumers and run more efficiently, from utilizing computer vision to customize promotions in real time to using machine learning for inventory management. The pandemic accelerated the integration of AI into retail as it facilitates contactless shopping. It's possible to precisely see products in a customer's basket and calculate their cost using AI's computer vision. Eliminating the need for checkout workers to manually handle each item and scan its barcode. AI reduces errors, shows the company and customers what's in style, and helps predict what will be in style in the future. Moreover, AI provides personal service. AI provides customer service that is personal and convenient, with extremely personalized product suggestions and personal service. It can add additional features such as smart self-checkout systems, smart shelves, intelligent display ads, endless aisle kiosks, and store navigation. Now moving on to AI at work. Artificial intelligence is being used by businesses to boost staff productivity. One of the advantages of AI for business is that it automates repetitive operations across a company, freeing up staff to focus on innovative solutions, difficult problem solving, and high impact work. AI-operated chatbots became a must for teams that have daily direct interactions with customers and rely on fast, accurate, and timely customer support. It can assist customers in the business without the use of salespeople, reduce line with cashierless payments, refill stock in real-time stock monitoring, and digitize store displays and trial rooms. Like I just talked about, it can add chatbots as well as it can be helpful in information and security. AI in work can also identify significant pattern changes, isolate trends, create detailed reports to assist businesses in determining if they're on the correct route, conduct in-depth analysis and make evidence-based decisions, discover any changes in client behavior that may have an impact on companies' bottom line. Let's talk a little bit about the negative and positive effects of AI in very main topics. First negative effect is communication problems, wealth inequality, and unemployment. Positive effects of AI are fast and accurate diagnostics, reduced errors due to human fatigue, and virtual presence. A huge social change that disrupts the way we live in the community will occur. Humankind has to be industrious to make their living, but with the service of AI, we can just program the machine to think for us without even lifting a tool. Human closeness will be gradually diminishing as AI will replace the need for people to meet face-to-face for idea exchanges. AI will stand in between people as the personal gathering will no longer be needed for communication. Wealth inequality will be created as the investors of AI will take up the measure of the share of their earnings, and the gap between the rich and the poor will be widened. Now talking about my main topic, which is AI and human psychology, I want to use a quote from a 2018 conference held in the United States about AI. Overall, and despite the downsides, they fear 63% of respondents in this canvassing said that they're hopeful that most individuals will be mostly better off in 2030. And 37% said people will not be better off. A number of the thought leaders who participated in this canvassing said humans' expanding reliance on technological systems will only go well if close attention is paid to how these tools, platforms, and networks are engineered, distributed, and updated. Now I want to talk about 4 customers that AI makes. First of all, the exploited customers. Consumers know that data acquisition allows AI to better serve them through personalization. But AI's intrinsic lack of transparency makes them feel abused. Actual and perceived loss of personal control fuels sentiments of exploitation, which have serious psychological implications. This can lead to demotivation and helplessness. The second effect of losing personal control could be moral outrage, as being in control is a basic need and a requirement of psychological well-being. Psychological reactance, a state in which a person is driven to regain control after restriction, produces more negative assessments of and hostile behaviors toward the source of the restriction, which is the third consequence of loss of personal control related to data collecting events. Our second type of customer is the misunderstood customer. Classification experiences are characterized by an underlying tension between feeling understood and misunderstood. Consumers can feel misunderstood because of perceived incorrect classification, discriminatory use, classification, or a combination of both. First, consumers are likely to feel misunderstood when they perceive the identity implied by the AI output as incorrect, either because it's actually factually inaccurate or because it's based on only one identity, whereas most individuals identify with a host of personal and social selves. Our third type of customer is the replaced customer. Delegation experiences can help customers feel empowered, but can also raise concerns about being replaced. The mere recognition of AI's capability to act as a substitute for human labor can be psychologically threatening for many reasons. People have a strong desire to attribute consumption outcomes to one's own skills and efforts. And our last type of customer is the alienated customer. Research on human-computer interaction has shown that humans often see computers as disempowering because they deprive humans of the sense of accomplishment related to an activity, so much that humans tend to credit themselves for the positive outcomes and blame the computers for the negative ones. Now to summarize my work, as AI is becoming a bigger part of our lives, it's important that we get a more in-depth look into the positive and negative effects of artificial intelligence. It is important to know that artificial intelligence is not an enemy, but rather a tool that needs to be used efficiently and carefully. AI can be helpful in many fields, including shopping and working, as discussed earlier in the presentation. However, we shouldn't overlook the concerns people have about the future of AI. Thank you for listening, and does anyone have any questions?